Hi, everybody. This is the real Ron, and I'm back on land. In fact, I'm in South Beach, Florida today, and Belinda and I are looking forward to spending some time with family, spending time in South Beach, and going to a Marlins game tonight. But I wanted to take the time and touch on something really important about this product that we've been sharing with you all week, and that is the ease of use. So we designed our social media platform to be simple, but just because it's simple doesn't mean it's comprehensive. For us, it starts with very thorough intake process, which is part AI because we're an AI company, and it's part human, part personal touch. And the whole point of this onboarding process is to capture your voice, get your story, understand your goals. And then from there, our system does the heavy lifting. Although you always have the option to sprinkle more of you into the system, more real you. You can send us raw videos. We can really collaborate on where you want to inject yourself. The thing though, it's not complicated. It's practical. It can help anyone show up. So with that, I'm gonna let Avatar Ron show up. I hope you enjoy my content today.
Hi, everyone. It's Ron's Avatar. You've probably seen the headline, Why Are More Millionaires Renting? Julia Etchickson at the New York Times recently wrote about it, and it's worth unpacking. At first glance, it sounds shocking. Why would wealthy people who can buy anything they want decide to rent instead of own? But when you dig into the numbers, you realize the story isn't quite what the headline makes it seem. Between 2019 and 2023, the number of millionaire renters more than tripled, rising from about 4,100 to almost 14,000. That's a big jump, but here's the perspective. During that same time, there were more than 143,000 millionaire homeowners. In other words, more than 90% of millionaires still choose to own. Renting is still the exception, not the rule. So why are some of them renting? For starters, it's about flexibility and liquidity. Renting lets them keep their money free to invest elsewhere, in the markets, in businesses, in opportunities that are more liquid than a house. Others are simply tired of the headaches of ownership, property taxes, maintenance, insurance, and in high-cost, high-risk areas like California or Florida, those costs are no joke. But here's the takeaway for the rest of us. Even for millionaires, homeownership remains the cornerstone of wealth. Renting may work for a small group who value convenience or flexibility, but the vast majority of wealthy people still buy and hold real estate as the foundation of their financial security. And that's the message for mortgage and real estate professionals. When we guide families toward ownership, we're not just helping them find a house. We're helping them build the same kind of long-term wealth that even millionaires know they can't afford to miss out on. Thanks for listening. I'd love to hear what you think about this trend. Do you think more millionaires renting is a blip or a sign of something bigger? And if you're new here, I post content every single day across all the major platforms. I talk about economics, finance, mortgage, and real estate trends, and I share plenty of charts and data that you can use in your own business. Follow me on LinkedIn, check out my videos, and let's keep the conversation going. Now let's turn it back over to the real Ron and the real Dave to learn more about little Nessie.
Hi, everybody. It's the real Ron, and I'm back here with the real Dave. And we have just been so excited to share with you this product we're building. And so thanks for everybody that's reached out to us. Thanks for everybody that's given us support, thumbs up. We appreciate it. Thanks for everybody that's given us feedback. Today, Dave, I thought it'd be good for you maybe just to speak. We said about how we onboard people, and that helps us capture their image and their voice and their persona. Maybe you can kind of, I know you're passionate about this. Maybe you can kind of share some of our objectives with this.
Yeah. So, number one in priority for this is we want the content to be good. We need what you're saying to be personalized to you and valuable to your clients. But secondary to that, or one of the, when you add all of these little things together, you're going to have a great product. But one of those elements is you see Ron's avatar. He's put a lot of thought into the lights behind him. We actually have a customized onboarding process for you where you don't just send us a selfie where you're standing in front of a window and it's all blown out or whatever. We can only develop an avatar that's so good, that's so good if we don't have a great starting point. So the better the starting point we have, the better we can create your avatar, and that's where little Nessie comes in. Me personally, I've built out, I think, four film, not Hollywood studios, but in the mortgage and real estate industry. I think I've built out four professional video studios. Biggest one where I had 8 video people on my staff, so it's not just a dark room in the corner. And I've built out four of those studios, and I've hired probably 15, 18 or so high-end video professionals in my career. And to be able to hire them, I have to somewhat know what I'm talking about as well. And so that comes into the onboarding process as well. So we will coach you on what your setup should look like, the best video to send us to create the avatar. We can create them from still images as well, but it's best to catch the nuances of how your lips move, how I'm using my hands right now. That's how we train that avatar to be is like you as possible, because we want to catch those nuances. We want to know when you have those natural pauses when you speak. We want to know how many times per minute you blink your eyes. And so all of that goes into the intake process and the onboarding process, among many other things. So that's where we're going with that, Ron.
Yeah, I really love that, Dave. And I hope everybody just gets the level of attention to detail we're trying to spend on every single link in this technology chain. But David, just be clear. Our company strategy is to meet our clients where they are. And if where you are at, you're only willing to give us a picture, and we have to create an avatar and voice from that, we can do it. Just know it won't be as good as if you engage more deeply with us, but we're going to meet you wherever you are. And David, to your point, we have all sorts of tips and tricks that can help you look better with just a little bit of tweaking. You don't have to have a studio. We can teach you how to do it from a cell phone in just a few minutes, but the tricks of the trade, and really get a quality capture of who your image and your voice is. With that, everybody, we appreciate you. Keep giving us the feedback. Keep trying to show up every day. We only got a couple days left of this. It's been a hoot, Dave. So thanks so much.
Just one
And
thing to
please
add.
join us.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
Ron.
sorry. Yeah, I
Just
saw
one
you
thing
raise
to
your
add.
hand.
I'm
I didn't know,
glad.
I didn't know if you were saying goodbye.
Yeah, just one thing to add. I'm glad you said that, and you can make the goodbye real short next time. I'm glad you said that, because the reason I said what I said about me building out these studios and hiring this many people, it wasn't meant to be a humble brag, but it was to show you that um, we can get you a product because of the expertise that this company has. We know how to turn the content that you give us, the videos that you give us, we know how to guide you in the right way with just what you have, with just a phone, as long as it's not a phone that's 10 years old, right? So we've got what we need with very little input from you as far as a technical standpoint. So yeah, I wanted to add that, Ron. So say your goodbye.